Welcome back to the Dynasty Den. My name is Herbert. I'm working on giving you guys original content, something that no one else is doing. For this video, I am breaking down a 16-team redraft mock draft I did the other day. I'm going to go through three teams, obviously my own, my favorite, and my least favorite team of the mockers, and just some other things that I found really interesting. But before I do that, make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe, and let's get to it. Like I said, I'm going to break down three teams here. The first team that I'm going to break down was my favorite that was not my own, and that is Fantasy Fish's team. So to start, he has that positional advantage with Travis Kelce, plus two solid starting running backs. On top of that, he has two running backs that could get some time if the starters do get hurt, in Zach Evans and Chase Brown. At wide receiver, he has a couple stars, Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. And as long as Michael Thomas stays healthy, he could be a league winner here. And then my favorite pick was actually Kyler Murray. Kyler won't be healthy to begin the season, I don't think. So good thing he has Kirk Cousins there as well. So down the run, I think Kyler is a great pick. And that's part of why I chose Fantasy Fish's team here as my favorite team. Moving on to my least favorite team. Pretty much every team here was really thin, obviously it being a 16-team league. But running backs, what really hurt this team in my opinion. So I had to go with Big Dog. His only real starting running back is Jonathan Taylor. Then with Zeke, Deuce Vaughn, Izzy, and McBride, who is going to be his second running back that he has to start? That's what really hurt him here for me. Plus, then with Jameson Williams missing a third of the season, that was just a really tough pick in this type of league. And then also Sky Moore, who knows what his role is going to be. So there was just too many question marks when I was looking at this team. And that's why I chose it as my least favorite team here. Moving on to my team, as you can see, I went really hard at the running back position with Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and Miles Sanders as my starters, and some high potential guys on my bench with Rashawn Johnson, Tyjae Spears, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. All three of these guys can get some type of run on the season, especially if the starters get hurt. I picked TJ Hawkinson in the third, with the reasoning being tight ends are going to be huge in this type of format. There's a big difference between tight end 5 and tight end 10, in my opinion. I think with my quarterback, Tua, obviously we saw last year him get hurt a couple times, with the concussions. So I picked Anthony Richardson as a backup right away. So that way I have that high, ceiling in a rushing quarterback. Wide receivers aren't that great for me with Pickens, JSN, and then a couple home run picks at the end. But in my opinion, I can pick up wide receivers to stream if I do need them. I can do that a lot easier than I can do with a running back. So that's why I went pretty wide receiver thin here. One of the things that I found interesting about this mock draft is that there were 7 quarterbacks that went in the first 4 rounds. I thought they would be pushed out a little bit further since it is only a 1 quarterback league. And there were actually a couple teams that did not go with the second quarterback. I know we only did 13 rounds, so I'm assuming if we went anywhere from 15 to 18 rounds, there would be every team that had at least 2 quarterbacks, but I just found that pretty interesting. Also, in the first 3 rounds, 20 wide receivers and 19 running backs went. I thought it would be a little bit more towards the running back side of things, but 50-50 split ended up getting me a few players that I really liked later on. And then in the chat, we were talking about where DK and T. Higgins should have went. For me, I think DK went at the perfect spot, 33rd overall. And T was a little bit early for me. He went mid-second. I would like him a little bit later in that second round, since he is not the wide receiver 1 on that team. Now, I want to know, are you in any 16-team leagues? I would love to see your teams. Leave a comment below with them. Also, I would like to shout out 2 people, Snook from Smash Accept and Anthony from Get Right Fantasy Network. This draft wouldn't have been possible without both of you guys. So I appreciate that. Now let me know what you guys think of my draft and any other team in here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.